which is what we call a show. Thanks for watching. Thank you for joining us on a special day, National Doctors Day. This is the day on which we honor the men and women who are really the only strangers you feel comfortable asking, will you look at this lump on my butt? And nobody's out banging pots and pans for the doctors anymore, except for Dr. Phil. Every night at around midnight, I drive by his house, I bang on a... Well, we should be. We are hopefully coming out of the COVID tunnel, thanks to doctors, thanks to scientists. Every country has had to fend for itself during this thing, which doesn't seem like the best way to handle a worldwide threat. And so now a number of world leaders are signing what they call a pandemic treaty that would put us in a better position to collaborate when this inevitably happens again. Germany, France, England, they are all on board. They say that if humans want to survive as a species, we need to work together instead of selfishly focusing on our own individual countries. In other words, we're doomed. That will never happen. You know those movies where the aliens show up and all the nations join forces to fight them up? I think we've learned from COVID that if that does happen, we'll be like, you guys should go conquer Switzerland. They have no weapons at all. Even their cheese has holes in it. This is kind of unbelievable, but also par for the course. There's a controversy now. We now have controversies where we never had them before over the so-called vaccine passports that the Biden administration and private industry are working on so that we have a way to prove that you got your shots for the purposes of travel or going to a concert, sporting event, whatever. If you have a vaccine passport, you will be able to do that stuff. But unfortunately, many Republicans aren't on board with that, including Ron DeSantis, the terrible governor of Florida.
You want to go to a movie theater? Should you have to show that? No. You want to go to a game? No. You want to go to a theme park? No. So we're not supportive of that.
Right, which is very rich coming from the party that wants 9 forms of identification before you can vote. But Ron DeSantis isn't the only dope who opposes the passport. None other than Klan mom herself, Marjorie Taylor Greene, believes there are biblical implications.
They want you to be required to have something called a COVID passport, and this would mandate your ability to be able to travel, your ability to be able to go to events, your ability to be able to buy and sell. And I asked the question earlier today, is this something like Biden's mark of the beast? Because that is really disturbing and not good.
No, but a good question, real good. Poor Joe Biden. How can you reach across the aisle when the other side thinks you have hooves? What a dumb person, the mark of the beast. Everyone knows the mark of the beast is Zuckerberg. That's the mark of the... But no, the only thing worse than the mark of the beast is the marky mark of the beast. But go on, Marjorie.
Let's analyze that. You see, it's still the same thing. It's still fascism or communism, whatever you want to call it.
Well, fascism and communism are literally opposite things. It's why Germany and the Soviet Union fought in World War II, but they both have ism in them, so you know that they're bad things. It's fascism or communism or, I don't know, astigmatism, all bad things. There should be a test to get into Congress. You have to take a test to be able to drive. Congress, they just wave you right through. Over the past year, it seems like every company made a commercial to remind us of how much they care about this, that they're here for us during these troubled times. But as businesses are starting to open back up, they're also starting to change their tone a little bit.
In these more certain times, as the world opens up and life gets back to normal, Menon wants you to know that we don't think of you as family anymore. We have our own families. So suck it up. You're on your own from now on. Speed stick. The honeymoon's over. Go yourself.
I guess it's back to secret for me. Speaking of secrets, Donald Trump, you remember him? Donald Trump yesterday unveiled his new official website. It's called 45office.com. They had to pay GoDaddy $5 to get the domain name. Of all the possible URLs, 45office. Is he launching a website or a new version of Microsoft Word? But this website, as you might guess, is something else. I spent some time combing through it this afternoon. He basically set up a fan page for himself. There are photos of Don palling around with dictators. Here he is spreading COVID to babies. And there are a number of special offers. You can request a video from Donald or Melania. It says, thank you for your interest in receiving a greeting from Donald J. Trump and Melania Trump for your special occasion. Please allow up to 6 weeks for processing of your request. 10 if your name is Eric or Don Jr. Due to the volume of requests President and Mrs. Trump received, we will not provide status updates. And then you scroll down for a list of occasions, birthdays, adult, child, birthday, veteran, military retirement, wedding, condolence. Who's ordering a condolence video from Donald Trump? Your mother died? Oh, it's too bad. She was a total disaster. He basically just launched his own version of Cameo. You can even book the former president for parties and events. Look at this. Thank you for your interest in inviting Donald J. Trump to participate in your event. Then you have to answer questions like audience and notable invitees, including estimated number of attendees. He wants to know how big the crowd is and if TV's Hercules Kevin Sorbo will be there, I guess. In less than 3 months, Donald Trump has gone from president of the United States to bookable birthday clown. Meanwhile, at the White House, there was another biting incident yesterday. Did you hear about this? The president's German Shepherd Major is said to have nipped a National Park Service employee on the south lawn of the White House. This is the second person Major bit this month. The last time, they sent him home to Delaware, but I guess he didn't learn anything. Biden himself has said Major is a sweet dog and that 85% of the people at the White House love him because the other 15% had their nuts in his teeth, I guess. But I wonder how they're going to handle this. You can't have a dog going around biting people. I mean, say what you will about Donald Trump. Mike Pence never bit anybody. Here in L.A., movie theaters are going to open up soon. They will open them to half capacity, but some people don't even go to the movies anymore because some people spent their lockdown doing this.
During quarantine, my husband built a video rental store in our basement. He decided he needed a project at the house to keep himself busy. Instead of refinishing our kitchen cabinets, he decided to build a video rental store.
And instead of getting divorced, that man, his name is Brian Hogan, and his wife Erin are joining us here tonight from their video store in the basement of their home in Des Moines, Iowa. Hi, Brian, and hi, Erin.
Hello, sir.
Thanks for being with us. I guess my first question is why?
Well, mainly because all the stores were closing and I wasn't going to be able to visit them anymore. And my daughter moved away from college, and I'm also just an insane person.
Yeah. You have Wi-Fi and you know about Netflix and that sort of thing, right?
Absolutely. It's just, it's not the same.
It's not the same. You love this stuff. You love, like, VHS tapes. What else do you have? Blu-rays, DVDs, that sort of thing?
Yeah, laser discs, all of it.
What is it about them that is so appealing? Is it the fact that you could hold them and touch them and see them, or what?
Yeah, I think it's tangible. You know, I don't think flipping through thumbnails on streaming services has the exact appeal. It doesn't to me anyway.
Erin, you are a very tolerant person, aren't you?
My kitchen cabinets still aren't refinished, Jimmy, so, maybe someday he'll get to that project too.
What was the basement before? Was it empty?
No, I mean, it was full of movies, just very, unorganized.
It was our stepdaughter's bedroom, and he converted it.
Oh. Does she know what she's... Well, I'm sure she knows, yeah, that she's going to be, like, her new room is filled with Troop Beverly Hills or something like that.
Yeah, she sleeps in the action section.
Now, you do have I watched the video, you do have will you show us around the place?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Great. There is an action section. We didn't have an action section in our basement, but here you go. Look at this.
So, we're entering comedy. Sorry, lady. Yeah, so all of this right here will be our comedy section. You can get fantastic things like Howard the Duck.
Oh, yeah. That's a hard one. Where do you put that one? I mean, that could also go in the superhero section, right?
It could. It's technically a Marvel film.
Uh-huh. And where did you get all this stuff, this video store stuff?
I've been collecting movies for 20 years or so, like thrift stores and all that. But the shelving I got because our local video stores are closing.
I see. And now, do you have customers at your video store?
Not yet. We're still, we're still keeping it closed.
Okay. All right.
Here's a drama.
Okay.
Michael Douglas, Behind the Candelabra. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Yeah. He was good in that. And I see you got Almost Famous on the wall there. You got all sorts of little items. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe you found a wife. I mean, I'm really surprised. This is one of the most fun mental breakdowns I've ever seen. What's your policy on rewinding there at the...
I mean, the kids are definitely doing chores if they don't rewind the tapes when they bring them back down to the basement.
Oh, yeah. Are there movies that you have, like, a bunch of copies of, like they'd have at Blockbuster when you go there and there was something very popular?
Yeah, I've cornered the market on Forrest Gump. I have at least 300 copies of it.
Oh! 300?
Yeah.
Why? Well, you sounds like you need to buy another house. Why do you have 300 copies of Forrest Gump?
So you don't have to.
I see. Do you have the 1987 Sylvester Stallone arm wrestling drama, Over the Top?
I do have Over the Top.
Do you know everyone you have?
I have it pretty well cataloged in my head, but in case I don't, there's I have it like in a spreadsheet.
Aaron, do you and Brian ever just stand there in the store for 45 minutes arguing over what you should watch, like we used to in the old days?
Absolutely. We have very different tastes in movies.
I see. Okay. And is there an adult section?
Yeah, the adult section's actually right here.
Oh, behind
the counter. So you have to ask for it.
I see.
I'll slip it across the table in a brown paper sack.
And how strict are you when it comes to late fees? Is that a thing there?
Late fees are incredibly high. That might be why we don't have any customers yet.
I see. But you have all the setup. You got everything. Boy, that is something else. Do people go nuts when they come down there and you show them around?
Yeah. I mean, most people that I know already know that I'm crazy, so.
Okay. All right.
But I got some here. I want to show you this, too. We just added this just for you recently.
Oh, there's me. Oh, I see. You've got my film library there. Oh, I have bad news for you, Brian. That movie, Like Mike, you just passed by, I got cut out of that. I was not in. Yeah, they told me I was going to be in it, and then I shot it, and then I took my kids to see it, and they're like, "Where were you, Dad?" Yeah.
You need to edit that IMDb, but I will tell you that you're my favorite Batman. So.
Oh, thank you very much. I take great pleasure in being Batman. All right. Well, I feel like you're missing one thing down there. We have a special gift for you. Guillermo's going to bring it in now, and we're going to send this to you in the video bunker. This is a popcorn machine, and you can use it to make popcorn, and hopefully it'll make it smell less like a basement down there.
Absolutely, thanks.
Well, thanks, Brian and Aaron. I appreciate you showing us around your basement. And thanks for being with us. Guillermo, you're not supposed to eat their popcorn. That's theirs. Sorry. All right, that's Brian and Aaron. If you like that video, click subscribe, and we'll be together until one of us dies.